blessed morning. Yes, I am having a blessed morning. I'm so sorry about me not going live at the time I'm supposed to go live. I be really tired. But prior to that, I gave you some heat. So, it takes a lot to me doing the topics. I do a lot of topics. I sometimes do around like 3 or 4 topics a day. So it takes a lot from me because the information that I'm giving you is from experience and then book knowledge and then things that I encounter, people that I talk to each and every day. So I apologize for that because I know you've been waiting for a lot of heat and what I have to say basically. Um, Without further ado, let's jump right into this. Right, um, we're talking about allegedly the YGs from 800 from Mapes Avenue, East 180th. 20 of the young youth got locked up basically. You know, the feds and the states got involved with this because there's a lot of shootings, a lot of acts of just carelessness, of not caring basically. A lot of people paint a narrative, and so many of these youth and so many of these young indigenous people of the land, and it's a lot of negative backlash behind these acts of what they're doing. And you got to ask yourself why these acts are being done. I said this in part one. You can go check out part one, right? This is part two. But part two is gearing towards our community, the places in our community. Let's just look at the places in our community. What benefit that it brings to the youth? Is it is it bringing jobs? Is it bringing technology? Is it bringing education? Is it bringing vocational training programs? What are some of these benefits and what are some of these things are there to make the children minds active and to let them know that they can be the next entrepreneur, they could be the next doctor, they could be the next surgeon, they could be the next any and everything that will get them to a better life, a better situation than what they're already in. You know, so when you look at these things, and you look at these things and the places in our communities, a lot of these places they bring nothing but pain and misery. Please like, share, subscribe as you come in. This is some dope content. All right. What do these places bring? Do it breed technology? Do it breed education? Do it breed graduation? Do it breed vocational program? Do these schools? What is offering in these places? The places that is our community that they offer, what I see, right, is drugs, guns, Chinese stores, right, um, corner stores, right, liquor stores, weed weed dispensers. This what is breeding. It's not breeding nothing else to educate, to uplift our communities. So what you think is going to happen if if society, right, in the government is not breeding institution for these children to upgrade their life, right? To build a better future for them and to teach them and show them that they can be anything they can be in life, right? If it's not breeding that and it's bringing negativity, that's what it's doing. It's geared to breed negativity. It's geared to breed guns, drugs, and alcohol. These places. It's not breeding community centers and having basically summer youth programs. Nobody's not putting back into these systems, into these community centers where there's jobs and education, where they can be connected. Dealing with homelessness, dealing with hunger, and dealing with all this stuff. There's nothing there. So what you think is going to breed? There's guns and drugs there. That's all is there. That's all that's left. So it's going to breed that type of behavior. It's going to breed murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted behavior. Or let somebody be there that can actually see the traps of what society and the community is breeding. Basically, it's not the community, it's but what's inside the community, what is being pumped. See, we preach the negative, the negative, the negative, the negative. But won't you preach what led up the negativity? The children are being met after they come from school. They being met. There's no school program, after school program, basketball camp, baseball camp, football camp, or any other camp, swimming camp, where the children can go over on the buses, where they can have fun, educate their mind, and show them that there's another direction other than darkness upon darkness. This is what I see. The sideshow of these places in our community that breeds nothing but ignorance and darkness upon darkness. I don't see vocational training programs. I don't see it. And if it is, you got to pay for it, which is supposed to be free in our society and our community, so it can teach the children to live a better life in the future, because these are our future. This is the future. So these programs should be free. It should not be paid for with thousands of dollars. Oh, somebody got to get paid. Well, that's the government. That's the government. The government paid the teachers, and the teachers get paid for teaching the future, and then the future, and then you perpetuate the future over and over and over again. Everybody brings technology. Everybody brings new beginning and new procreation to uplift our communities. This is not being taught. This is not being done. What's being done is guns and drugs in these places in our community. There's really not no place where you can go. Because if I go down the block, I got problems over there. If I go down the block, I got problems over there. If I go up the block, I got problems over there. So it's producing everything. So now you're stuck in this square feet footage, right? This is square footage of block to block. That's it. Of these four walls. It's like you are in the prison. What am I supposed to do? And these are the things are being promoted, and perpetuate, and being procreated. Instead of graduation, we are being met with what? Perpetuaries, organ donors, these plantations in jails, drugs, alcohol. This is what we met with. We not met with success. Up to this point, we got to take the success. We have to take it. Nothing is given like it was given freely back then. You have to take it. You get a little insight, a little knowledge of success. You have to take it. And it shouldn't be like that, because we are plagued with this darkness upon darkness. This is an actual true fact. So the places, this is what is produced. Drugs, guns, and liquor stores, and Chinese food. What else? What else? There's no YMCAs. There's no programs where I could learn how to be a lifeguard, where I could learn to be electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, learning how to put down floors and tiles, learning how to paint, become a craftsman, handyman. You understand? There's nothing there for me. So the only thing there for me is guns, drugs, Chinese food, liquor store, and weed dispensers. You don't see how that is? Check it out. Come on, man. Come on, you gotta see that. So you saying that it's these children fault? They children. They children 13, 14, 15 years old, 16. They don't know nothing. They don't know no better. They don't know the plots and plans like we do. Even some of us is part of these plots and plans. I mean, part of these plots and plans of traps And we are caught up in this same ignorance of darkness upon darkness. Some of us as adults. This is actually true fact, man. Let's talk about this. We have to talk about this because the narrative that's being pushed, oh, they get locked up. They was shooting, they was crazy shooting. Boom, boom, boom. They was just shooting. Then why, how's these guns, how is these children getting these guns? These are teenagers. They don't got no license to travel out of state to go get these guns. How they getting access to this? How they getting cars? Who's pumping these guns? These are all type of things that we need to ask for. The parents are plagued with the same darkness. Generational curse, generational curse, generational curse. So it's passed on from generation to generation. What kind of pots and pans, non-sticks, I'm interested. You got me? These things that we have to look at. All I'm asking is your guys, this is the dopest channel on YouTube with coming with the dopest content right here and right now. That's going to get us and lead us out of darkness as it overspread us. We can't keep affording to losing our future. The children are our future. The youth are our future. We keep losing the fight to dumb, deaf, and blind. Barbaric, evil, twisted, demonic, devil, demon ways. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. We are losing our future to obituaries, to jail, plantations, concentration camps, wild meat pens, organ donors, being paralyzed from the neck down. All of these things our children are met with. They are not met with success. They are not met with, you could become a lawyer, you could become a doctor, you could become a heart surgeon, electrician, a bus operator, train operator, a pilot, even going in the military. All of these things. We are met with demise, 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 demise. And this is sad. It's sad that we are basically are on these large platforms and running it up for views and money, but not actually saying what's really going on, what's leading up to this. What is leading up to this? Lack of education, lack of information, lack of jobs, lack of motivation, lack of being energized, lack of having vibes with the children, being connected with them, actually using their minds to push them to become inventors, scientists, doctors, archaeologists, all of these things. This was supposed to be pumped, was being pumped into drugs and guns in places like liquor stores. That's why it says look at our communities. There's liquor stores, Chinese stores, grocery stores, corner stores that sells alcohol, that sell these things that's killing us. Come on. This is what we are met with, and this is what we are up against with. So, of course, if your mind is young and is developing and you're being constantly pushed with violence and drugs and guns, that's where you're going to go to. That's going to be your go-to. Of lingering on the block, being stagnated and trapping for sneakers and wares, on all of other stuff that we are plagued with. This is why I said this is part two. I had to make part two. Because I had to correct some things and had to check some of these YouTubers that's just using this. Yeah, man, they was running it up, man. It was like black ops out there, man. They was shooting any and everything, man. This was real, man. This was real. They were straight criminals. They don't even know how to be a criminal. They don't even know how to be shooters. They don't know how to be none of that. They just doing it because that's all they know. That's all they see in their community. Murder, death, kill, obituaries, liquor, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes. Murder, death, kill, barbaric, evil, twisted way of life. This is all they have hope in. We just brush them off and leave them like no help. That's it. Nothing is coming to you. Look at this community. Look in the West Farm community. Look at what they're plagued with. Homelessness, no food, no jobs, no education. The schools are all falling apart. If you go around to all these schools, they are all falling apart. They got scaffolds up everywhere. Everything is crumbling. So if everything is crumbling in our communities, what do you think is going to happen to us? It's going to affect us. Everything is crumbling. The sidewalks, the teachers, everything. The food is garbage. Everything in our community. There's no growth and no development. There's no hope. So if you believe that, right, it's exactly what's going to happen. But there's a flip side of that. When you are pumping that, there is hope. There is structure. If you just push the narrative, the same people that you are locking up that can fix these schools, the construction workers, right, the carpenters, the plumbers, the electricians, the masonaries, all of that. These are the same individuals that are supposed to be fixing stuff in the community. That you're supposed to be pumping the vocational program in school. But you're not doing that. You're pumping drugs and guns. So this is why this community is falling apart. These same individuals that's raised in this community supposed to build the community up, supposed to be taught vocational training programs. This is facts. You're teaching them how to shoot and kill and murder people instead of teaching them to hammer, to pick up a drill, a screwdriver, and all of the other tools that's there for the benefit and the growth of the society of our community. This is something to think about, man. These are the places that's in our community which is leading us down a dark path. Please like, share, subscribe to the Dopest channel out on YouTube. This is all big facts. This is all big facts. It's a shame, man, that, we constantly got to keep, talking about, revisiting these topics, and these individuals are not done. They're going to be more indictments locking people up, young people. Yeah, there's going to be more to come. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Hit it, so you can know I'm dropping bangers of heat for you and I. Yes, this is all big facts. We speaking knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in each other. We gonna speak the truth. This is all the truth, man. We need to help our people, the indigenous people. Stop being organ donors. Stop ending up on the obituaries. Stop trapping on these corners. But what we supposed to do? You're telling them stop doing it, but you're not offering them nothing. So what else is to do? Boom, 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 boom. That's the trap. So they can get your essence. All big